So guys, Steve here. Welcome to Bard's Life number 4, where I talk to you guys about how my progression is going through the Lost Ark system on the Bard class. As always, if you guys like to watch me live, check me out at twitch.tv/spsdebo. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I got all my links down there in the button at the dial in the left-hand corner, as you can see there. And let's just go ahead and get into it today. Anywho guys, last time if you guys were checking in, we actually were able to get the Bard to item level 305 and start progressing through some of the higher end content. And we were able to get some nice discovery on the Acrasium system. Like I said, doing the dailies so we can get more of the materials and craftables so we can upgrade our gear. And everything's pretty smooth. I finally got stabilized on the Bard build that I actually want to do. I got one nice one for PvP and of course one nice one for PvE. And I started doing some of the extracurricular activities like the Shadow of Tower, leveling up through the floors and stuff and what have you not, and doing some of the things that I actually have been putting on for a while. And my next big goal is trying to get to that 325 item level cap, which I think should come along pretty well. We're currently sitting on item level 317, and as long as we keep running our dailies and doing what little raids we can here and there, we should be fine. One thing I'm definitely going to start doing this week is I will only finish the second raid boss out of the first 4. I need to finish the first one and finish the third one and the fourth. I'm at an item level now where I can basically do all the different raid levels, so it shouldn't be too bad. By Sunday, as I'm recording this on a Thursday, should be able to get most of this stuff done. And I'm actually going to have to do some of the dailies and some other things so I can keep up my money and my Acrasiums. One interesting thing I did find out though, because since I got both my Harmony set pieces to item level 340, I'm trying to push them up to 360, but I actually found out that there's a certain craftable that you need. Now if you guys know with the Harmony set, like the first level to upgrade it from item level 280 to 300, it's only like 4 Acrasiums and some Island of the Heart pieces. And then to 320, it's pretty much the same exact thing, but just more of it. Like, you get to the point where you need 11 Acrasiums and, like, more of the heart, pieces of the heart. And when I was upgrading the item level 340, which just basically cost more Acrasium, I think it was a total of, like, 14 and then more island pieces. I noticed for the next level, to get them to 360 and then eventually 385, I'm going to need, each of them have, for the head and also the chest, each of them have an item that you have to have on top of the Acranium and the island pieces. Now, with the Acranium pieces and the island pieces, it actually went back down from 14 to 11, and then the island heart pieces, I do believe, is just 10. Really easy to get otherwise from 340 to 360. However, the problem I noticed is there is an item that you need to get from turn-ins. It involves going to Estella, some island with some side quests and stuff like that where you collect stars. And you can collect these stars and then just simply, you know, buy the item that you need to have a part so I can break into getting my first set of items to item level 360. Biggest problem with this though, you need to be item level average 340 in order to even purchase those items in the first place, which brings up a problem because, you know, I want to get to item level 340 on average and then be able to upgrade my 2 pieces to 360, but I can't do that until, like I said, my average is up to snuff. So, what I'm actually going to do is try to get an item level 325 just by slowly climbing up there. And when I get to item level 325, then I can start doing the next tier of raids as long as I kill all the raid bosses at least once, which shouldn't be hard. And then once I can start on the second tier of raid bosses, what I'm actually hoping that will happen is that I can make the first tier 1.5 set, or make the next tier set, which will make all my items level 340. So I won't need to do the chest, I will not need to do the helmet, I will just need to do, you know, all the other pieces for item level for 340. So once I hit 325, all my left side of my gear, my helmet, my chest, my shoulders, you know, all that stuff on the left hand side, excluding the jewelry, will easily be item level 340. So I imagine what's going to happen is I'm going to get my complete set up to 325, and I'll be running the next you know, level of the Chaos Dungeons in combination with running the first raid boss of the second tier. Craft me a whole set of 340 gear, so it'll bring my average up high. Hopefully between the Chaos Dungeons, some other stuff, I can get most of that gear up to item level 340. It shouldn't be too bad. So once I hit item level 340, and then also a nice thing is I could farm the second boss non-stop and hopefully find some groups for it. so that I can get some of the earrings and stuff for it. So once I get to that point, it shouldn't be hard to get a full set of 340 once I hit item level 325, because as we discussed in other videos, once you hit item level 325, that is a high enough item level to get to the next set of raid bosses, because the first tier, the first requirement to get to the second set of raid bosses is you have to kill all their first raid bosses at least once. So the first 4 raid bosses, you kill them each once. And then you need an item level score 325. 325 does not seem hard to get. It's going to take a couple days of grinding and some stuff like that, but it should be very much easy to go. So I'm pretty happy about that so far. So we're going to go ahead and definitely do that. Item level 325 should be a cinch. And after we get the item level 325, like I said, we can start doing the next tier raid, kill the boss, hopefully get some nice 340 jewelry or whatever. Make the tier set, and then once we're all 340, we can go to the Stella Island with all the shooting stars or whatever crap, and I can figure it out and get my Harmony set upgraded from 340 to 360, and then it probably won't be that hard to get it from 360 to 385. So I know I definitely will have 2 pieces that will easily be 385. We're just gonna have to work towards it, and that's fine, because then we're getting up to the higher levels. And then from the first couple raid bosses, maybe I could do the first raid boss and the second raid boss, and you know, maybe just choose 2 pieces of the tier 1.5 140 set and upgrade those pieces to upgrade those to 350, 360. I'm assuming from the tier 1.5 set, since it can be shined or upgraded 5 times, it starts at level 340. The first time we'll make it 350, the second time we'll make it 360, third 370, fourth 380, and then of course the 9th one pushing into item level 400. That might be my course of action, since I know I can get a lot of good crafting materials and what have you not. Once you get to item level 400 though, then you got to start getting the level 2 of Craziums, and that's a whole nother system, and I'll have to figure that out. But once you get to item level 400, you're pretty much sitting in the lap of luxury. You're pretty much pushing the in-game content, and you can start moving up higher. So, you know, that's one thing I have to look into. And I don't know if the Crazium level 2s are going to be required a lot in crafting gear, because the higher you go up, you might need less and less crafting mass, and you just, you know, might be like, hey, you just need 4 pieces of an item to upgrade this, but I don't know yet until I get there. So my next course of action, like I said, is just to, I'm going to start looking into PvP for some other PvP items that I might be able to buy and stuff like that, because they have a nice PvP set. Once you hit to like item level average 380, I might be able to buy those sets, and then I can upgrade them. So I'm looking a little bit more into PvP for my gearing options. Definitely going to make that tier 1.5 set. Definitely going to upgrade that Harmony set to max level 385. And now that I know how to get more Craziums, I kind of wonder myself, maybe I should have kept the full Harmony set and just kept upgrading more. Or maybe 3 pieces, I don't know. But I feel the reason why I'm able to get the pieces up that I have right now to what item level they are, because I conserved my crafting materials very carefully. Dailies have been fantastic. I discovered that when you're doing the same dailies every single day, you build up a meter. And you basically, when you keep doing the same levels, I don't know what it is, if you call it reputation or whatever, but eventually it builds up, and then you get additional rewards in the 3rd tab of where you accept all your dailies, your daily board and stuff like that. So I went to the 3rd tab, and I've been doing these weeklies for a hot minute now. I'm sorry, the dailies for a hot minute now, and I was actually able to redeem some extra, how do you say, rewards from doing my dailies I didn't know about, and I got way more money, way more Crazium, so I'm learning the system quite well. I'm happy I made this bard. I'm happy I decided to re-level up again and relearn things and learn from my mistakes. My first run through was with Summoner, and I learned a lot of stuff, and I made a lot of mistakes, but definitely having a plan for this bard and fine-tuning most of the stuff has made me be able to get up a lot of item levels without actually having to do a lot of raids or rely on other people, which is pretty cool, and I do enjoy that about the Lost Ark system. So I know when we start getting to a point where it's just, you know, me logging in, doing my dailies and doing, you know, my dungeons and basic stuff for my bard, I'm definitely going to start leveling up the Summoner a little bit more. Like to get that to max level, and then take what I learned from my bard experience and make it so I can streamline the gear set for my for my Summoner. But for my Summoner, I definitely wanted to try gearing my Summoner up only through PvP. And I think that actually might be pretty interesting, and so I can see how it would be if a player decides to gear themselves up through that system, how the system works, if it's bad, if it's good. So, you know, a lot of new stuff coming out. A lot of the player base is actually kind of shrinking a little bit for the 40%. 40% of the player base seems to have shrunken. I think that's because, you know, a lot of the English players and stuff like that, they don't want to play on a server where they have no guarantee or be grinding towards or working on items that they're not going to be able to have later. Maybe some of the Korean players are kind of getting burnt out and playing other stuff. It'll be interesting. I think they have too many servers now. It'd be nice to see them, like, you know, server merge some of the servers together, since it's not so stressed on the servers right now and there's not so many players, like, going crazy at the game. So we can basically, you know, group up and do raids, because it's kind of hard to form raids right now since everybody's kind of spread out across the servers. But hopefully they do a server merge in the future. I don't know what their next big content patch is going to be. I don't know if they should post some new big content, because I don't feel like most of the players are like towards the end game, like item level 500 yet. I think most players are sitting around 400 to 500 item level range. And then, you know, some of the more casual players might be late 300s, just approaching now 400. So, you know what? We'll have to wait and see. I'm still enjoying Lost Ark. I still have classes I want to test. I still have, you know, in the third class I want to make. But we're going to keep doing our dailies, keep doing our weeklies, and hopefully we can start putting ourselves into position to do the next level raid sets and, you know, start pushing towards item level 400. I think if I can get the bard to item level 400, then I can go back, develop my bard guide that I'm making, make sure that, you know, when this comes out to States, I have a whole system for people to know what to do to get to item level 400 quickly, without wasting a lot of the materials or stressing himself out. So that's pretty much it today, man. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to be coming back to you guys in a couple more days, and then hopefully I can start doing some more PvP videos for my Bard life. And, you know, I got stuff to keep myself active, so I can keep putting out these blog posts every couple of days, man. But, of course, if you guys got any comments or suggestions, leave them some down there. You know, make sure you guys click that little bell notification and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. And of course, if you guys always want to check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/SPSD. But if you follow me there, then you'll know when I go online live. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Gonna let the video play out a little bit. But until next time, man, you guys be safe.